Hi everybody at rantfinance.com and welcome to another video version of Dino's Tech Picks. Today is Tuesday, May 8th, about 9:35 Eastern. And as always, we're looking at the S&P 500 minis here. Uh, Last night when I did the video, we were talking about that big drop yesterday and kind of a flagpole that formed throughout the day, some melt up action, and then we had that little flag forming here. And boy, I was thinking for sure because we were above that neckline of that big head and shoulders pattern that this thing was going to pop overnight, and we were going to have a nice gap up there. And but there was the possibility it would drift down and fall below the neckline. I did mention that as well, and that's what happened. Um, and then we had a nice little pop here about 7:30, but once that the pre-market trading opened at 8 a.m., boy, that we get a sell-off stick here, and we drifted down again most of the day until we got some buying there at the end. But we did kind of do a little double bottom here. We didn't quite get to the 1342 and a half low. We got 1343.75, and then what looked like another bear flag forming here was negated, and we drifted up again. Now the only thing is, what really concerned me was this last candle here, this half-hour candle around 3:30. Boy, we came up and we tapped that neckline and rejected, and we've been drifting down. So I did not like that at all. I was hoping to get back up and over, and again try and consolidate above this line overnight. But because we're trading below it, I look at that as bearish right now. Two bullish things though that I see. I drew a yellow trend line here today. I cut some wicks off, but I went off the top of this right shoulder of the smaller head and shoulders pattern that's already played out. Came across these highs here and all the way down, and we did kind of break through, and we've been trading above this trend here, drifting down. Is it significant? Arguably, yes. Arguably not as well. But that's one thing I thought was something interesting anyway, and maybe I'm reaching here from the bullish side. But another thing that I noticed was that we possibly have an inverse head and shoulders going on here now, where we're building this right shoulder. This green line here is the neckline, and it's not a huge pattern, but it is significant enough. If you take these lows here of roughly 1346 to the center of the head, well, let's call it 1363. We can get a move up in here into 1370s, maybe. But that would be the bullish pattern that, like last night, that maybe will play out. If not, I could see it drifting down to test the next horizontal support here at 1353.75, and kind of see what happens there. But from the bigger picture on the 4-hour, as we've talked many a times, I don't like this action below this neckline at all, and that is a very big pattern if it plays out. We're way below 1300, so again, the longer that we're below here, I think the more risk that we're going to get that really big move down, and it's not going to look back. A bullish thing is, and this is one of my many conspiracy theories, and a lot of us have these in these manipulated markets. But there's the old saying that if a move is going to happen, the market makers aren't going to give you a chance to get into that move. It's just going to happen. So if this, in other words, if this pattern were to play out, the conspiracy theory is that we'd already be down here, without letting a lot of bears a chance to get in. It just would happen. So that's one way to look at it. From a bullish perspective, if we're hanging around up here, it could be a trap that they're baiting a lot of bears in to load up, and then they'll gap it up huge overnight or something and trigger a short squeeze. But all speculation there, no substance at all. But the pattern of substance is obviously the big head and shoulders pattern, and the other thing shorter term is we'll watch this right shoulder forming here and see if we can get a bust through on some volume and get a little bullish action going on overnight. So that's what we'll watch overnight, and I'll check back in the morning and see how everything did, and update the blog then. And as always, see if it gives us some direction on tomorrow's trading. Thanks.